Hear me? Now can you hear me? Now can you? Oh, no, wrong commercial. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Florida's largest golf show, and it is truly a pleasure to be up here on stage with one of the living legends of LPGA golf. Winner of, I think, 72 LPGA tournaments, 89 tournaments nationwide, member of 2 Golf Hall of Fames, the only woman to ever shoot 59 in competition, Annika Sorenstam. The question was, do you miss playing competitively?
No, I do not. As you all know, I stepped away from competitive golf about two years and maybe 3 months ago, to be precise. And I have not looked back. I'm staying busy with a lot of different things. I'm still involved in the game in so many different ways. I have a golf academy just around the corner from here. I build golf courses, clothing, I have wine. I do a lot with my foundation. And I've got a young little family, so life is good, enjoying it, and doing a lot of work for the LPGA through either, I'm on the advisory board, I'm on Golf Channel every Thursday, so I'm still involved in the game, so I don't miss golf competitively. On the other hand, I'm doing some of the things I never got to do before, enjoying some of my passions.
That's quite a schedule. And kind of going on, let's go back to your golf game, though. The 59 is just a number that is hard for golfers to believe that you could actually score out there. You're the only female pro to shoot a 59. Give us a little insight on how that happened and some of the excitement and what was going on that day.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. That particular day was March 16th, 2001. I was playing a tournament, an LPGA tournament out in Phoenix, and it was really just an ordinary Friday, but got off to a great start. Birdied the first 4 holes, birdied the first 6, birdied the first 8, and you can imagine now I'm feeling pretty good, getting a little nervous, but parred the 9th hole, and then made the turn at 8 under par. So at that particular day, everything felt so easy. The cup was so big, and everything was just going my way. And on the back 9, made a few birdies, and had a chance for 58 on the last hole, probably 8-9 footer that just slipped by on the left side and pretty much tapped in for a 59. So it felt really easy that day. Obviously, I've tried it again. It's been close, but nothing like that. So it's a day that stands out in my career and something I'll never forget.
Going on into PGA history, there's been several 59 shot by the PGA guys, but that was always on the last putt, on the last hole. They didn't have it in the bag, so to speak, at 17. That's pretty amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, talking about the PGA, it was the first time again I since Babe Zaharias, where a woman had played on the PGA Tour in a men's tournament, and that was at Colonial. And it kind of tell us about that. Coming out there, you're kind of representing all the PGA, LPGA women, and just a lot of women all around the world to show that you could compete with these guys. What was the feeling?
Well, it's another of those highlights in my career. Really the point was not to put women against men on a big stage like that. It was really just for me to challenge myself. I wanted to take my game to the next level. I wasn't there to prove anything other than just to learn. But that was in 2003, and it was just an amazing week for me to be there and just learn from the best male golfers in the world. And it was really a true test for me. I was very nervous from the start to finish, but looking back at the week, I have so many wonderful memories, so many great people I met, and I look back at my career, and it's just certainly a highlight. So I'm glad I did it. I did it once, and that's all I needed to do. I learned what I needed to learn, and took that on to obviously play on the LPGA, and it helped me to win some tournaments over there.
I know I was watching, and I know a lot of you people were watching that tournament also. And after Annika hit that first drive at Colonial, I remember her taking a couple steps and then just going.
Yeah, it was, there was so much, momentum built up. There was a lot of nerves. There was a lot of excitement. It was just, I just had to get it out, and then I could just play.
Back and play. And she played very well, as a matter of fact. So you're going into another career here. So you're you're into commentating on the Golf Channel. It's a morning drive program.
Yeah, it's very brief, but we talk about kind of what's current in the golf world.
Okay, I'm going to give you a question. We're on morning drive now, and you have these two guys that are shooting questions at you, and I'm sure it's come up. What do you think about some of the rule situations that have gone in the last year? There's been a lot of controversy on people watching TV, and should that affect a golf tournament? Does it hurt the players who are more in the lead because they're on TV more than the players who aren't, who viewer may not see that? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, we had that discussion a few weeks ago. I mean, it's like you said, it's something that's kind of current, that's happened recently on the PGA Tour. And I mean, I'm always a believer that if you're a player of any level, you should be responsible knowing the rules. So, of course, when you're on TV and you're playing well in your last few groups, then you might be on camera and people might see things. But I do still think that you need to know the rules of the game. So, if you have any questions, I mean, we have rules officials. I mean, we have many at each tournament. I mean, just you can call for them at any time. Nowadays you play on such a high level that you got to be careful with the rules, but there's no reason for you not to learn them. So that's kind of my stand. But there's a lot of opinions out there. Should you be able to call in a day later? And it's to be debatable. But I think as a player, you should be responsible knowing the rules.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest questions out there now debating, if you have that rules violation that you may not have known, and you sign a scorecard with a score that's lower than you actually had, you're disqualified from the tournament. So there's some talk now of a lesser penalty, maybe just inflicting the two penalties of that particular violation, add that to your score, but not a DQ. I think it's kind of being weighed out there, or at least being considered. And if you have any rules questions here, I have a good authority from a USGA friend of mine who said that Annika went to a 3-day USGA rules seminar back in 1997 or something like that.
It was a while back, so I could probably need a refresher.
But that's smart. Most pros should do that, but most don't. Most of the I shouldn't say that. A lot of the PGA and LPGA pros really don't know the rules, and it can hurt you or help you. The rules are there to either help you or penalize you when you've made a mistake. So you should know it. Let's talk about something that is, I know, a passion of Annika's. I'm a teaching pro also, and the ability to work with a lot of people and help them with their game is great. And Annika is well known for her passion for teaching. So tell us a little bit about Annika Academy and how that's going and what your ideals are for that.
Yeah, the Annika Academy was, been around for almost 4 years. It's kind of a dream of mine and my coaches. Henry Rice is my swing coach as I was a little girl, and then Kai Fuser, my fitness guru, you can call him that. When I stepped away, we wanted to continue to work together. We wanted to share our passion for the different aspects of the game that we thought were important to just golf enthusiasts around the world. So the Annika Academy was built, I'm sure some of you know, it's a Reunion Resort, which is towards Orlando, but it's really just on I-4, not too far from here. And you can work with my personal coaches that help me reach my full potential and help me get to the top and stay at the top. And we're not just about the grip, we're not just about lifting weights. It's really more the holistic approach to the game, which I think is very important. Nutrition matters, course management matters, club fit matters. I mean, you can be very good on the range, but you have to put all the pieces together. So what we feel like we do, we put together one-of-a-kind experiences in small groups, and like I said, with my coaches. But you can also play golf with me. I do clinics, I have lunch. We do a lot of different things. So we have a booth right here down on the left. This is Annika Academy. If you have any questions, Michelle McGee is Director of Sales. She's over there. If you have any questions, talk to her. She's also my husband's sister, so no pressure on her, but she would love to see you and talk about what we can share with you.
And I've been to a lot of golf schools, golf academies around the country, around the world, and Annika's is probably the finest. If you're out that way, out to Reunion, highly recommend you stop in. They have all kind of programs. She has probably some of the best junior girls in Florida working with her and working at the academy. It's a great facility.
Thank you, Pat.
talking about other things you're doing in in your nowadays, you have the Annika Foundation, okay? And I know a lot of good things are being done there. You might want to give us a little insight on what some of the programs are.
Sure. Yeah. The Annika Foundation was created recently, but it's something I've been involved with for many years. It's all about giving back to the game, to junior girls, give them the opportunity to pursue their dreams. So I've done that through scholarships. We do a golf tournament every year at Reunion. We host the top 72 girls in the world from all these different countries, and I just want these girls to have a chance to follow their dreams. And girls nowadays need a little push. They need a little carrot for them to play the game, but also sustain the game. But something that I'm also passionate about is food and health, how to eat right, how to be active. And I'm sure most of you had children here. You're aware that some of the things that's happening in school days nowadays, they're taking away physical education. And the obesity rate in this country is higher than it's ever been. As a matter of fact, some statistics say that this new generation, they will not live as long as our generation, which to me is pretty scary. With all the things that we're capable of doing, we're now reversing the life expectancy. So that's really what we're trying to do. We're trying to find obesity. We're trying to make sure that we have physical education in schools, just make sure that these kids are active. I mean, it doesn't have to be golf, but it could be anything. It could be soccer. It could just be outside, jumping a rope, getting on a bike, just anything for these kids to be active. So that's really what the Annika Foundation is about. We have partnered with different organizations around the country to really spread the word. I'm sure most of you know that Michelle Obama is involved in an initiative called Let's Move. So people are starting to understand that we have to reverse this obesity trend in this country, because a third of kids today are now obese. A third. So if we don't do anything today, we're going to half of this country be obese, and that's just going to cost us more. So that's really one of the things I'm doing with the foundation. It's inspiring to help these kids that might not know better. But we've had some kids in some programs going through Florida Hospital, and just within 6 months they have lost weight, their attitudes are better, some of these kids have diabetes, some of these kids have high blood pressure. We're talking kids here. We're not talking us adults. We're talking these kids, and it's just going to get worse. So those are some of the things that we're doing, and it's very rewarding. So I'm very happy to be involved in something that I really care about.
That sounds like a great program. Let's talk about your, carrying your golf skills and abilities over to other areas. Course design is a big part of your time now, right? And you have some courses under construction.
I do, yeah. I'm working on my 10th golf course. I've been lucky to do that, and mostly in Asia. I mean, we all know that golf has kind of been hit in this country and a lot of other countries on the West, but in Asia it has not. Golf is still growing like crazy. China is a big area. Malaysia is another one. And I enjoy that business. It's fun. It's a great way for me to be a little bit more, how would you say, more creative. When you go on a golf course, you already stay on the first tee. You see the fairway, you see the greens, you see the bunker. Everything is lined up. But you go to an untouched area and you start to visualize a golf course. It's pretty interesting. I love the process. And a question that I get a lot is, are you designing a course for women? And I said, no, I'm not designing a course for women. I'm designing a course for golfers. But we do have a lot of tees. I think it's important to build a course where anybody of any level can play. I mean, not everybody is a professional golfer, not everybody is a beginner, but tees so that everybody can enjoy the game.
Kind of jumping in, your first LPGA win was a major at the Broadmoor in Colorado Springs. That came early on in your career. Was that, how did you peak for that? How did you get prepared to win a major?
Well, I think that this kind of happened. When you starting out, you really don't know what to expect. And when I joined the tour, I didn't know if I could win a single tournament. So it really took me by surprise. After that, I got the confidence and I played really well after that. But during that particular tournament, I was just I was very patient. I looked a little bit at the leaderboards, but I really didn't go in there thinking I could win. So I was, certainly an underdog and just climbed up the leaderboard, and then on Sunday happened to be at the top.
And the rest is history.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to let Annika sit down here and rest a little bit. And if you want to get some autographs, why don't we just kind of follow through here, then I can hand them to her rather than her standing up, and just come right in front here if you would. Okay.